Lesson 10.7, Video 1, Trigonometric Functions. SOHCAHTOA is a way to help remember ratios, which we will get into later. Now, so far in our history, we have looked at the inside of triangles. For example, the sum of all the angles in a triangle adds up to 180. We've also looked at the sides of a right triangle and said, well, if we have a right triangle and we know two sides, we could use Pythagorean theorem to find the third side. Now, trigonometry looks at not just angles or just sides, but it studies the relationship among angles and sides together and how they relate to each other. A trigonometric ratio is specific to a right triangle, and that compares the side lengths of two sides of a right triangle and then relates it to an angle. Now, when you compare sides and an angle of a triangle, you have three different ratios that you can create: sine, cosine, and tangent. And on your calculators, the sine button is SIN, the cosine button is COS, and the tangent button is TAN. Now, the phrasing opposite over hypotenuse is the ratio that we'll look into a little bit later. Adjacent over hypotenuse and opposite over adjacent are basically you making a fraction or a ratio with those sides. Now, if you notice, you have SOH or so and CAH or Ka and TOA or Toa, and that's SOHCAHTOA, which is what this is referring to up here. And that's just a phrase to help you remember what ratio to use with which trig function. And we'll get into that again later. So trigonometry is the first time we're going to start comparing angles of a triangle and the sides of the triangle together. And this ends Lesson 10.7, Video 1.